Okay, today we will be focusing on lower body. So we'll be starting quads, hamstrings, and a little bit of glutes as well, and also incorporating a little bit of core towards the end of the workout. You will need your booty bands and dumbbells for today. Throughout the workout, I'll be showing you pretty much the actual workout, and then I'll be showing modified as well in case you feel like what I'm showing at first is way too challenging. You can always do the modified, you can always stop, everything at your own pace. Okay, challenge yourself, but if you have to pause, that's okay. We're gonna warm up for 5 minutes, and then we'll start. Jumping jacks. Butt kicks. Side steps. Okay, going into squats, slow and controlled. And while we're warming up, correct squat, you wanna make sure you're driving your hips back. As you're dropping, knees are following the toes. Make sure your knees are not caving in like this. Shoot them out, down slow, push through with the heels, and squeeze. Correct squeeze, you're tilting your hips, only squeezing the glutes. Make sure you're not driving your hips forward all the way like this. Again, push through with the heels, tilt, down slow. Okay, side to side, put all your weight into one leg, push through with the heel, switch side. You gotta switch, hold it about 2 to 3 seconds, push through with the heel, switch. Jumping jacks, hands all the way up. Okay, big circles coming forward. Going back. Up side, side to side. Okay, we're gonna stretch out very quick and then we'll begin. Down to the center, hold it. Reach for one leg. Switch leg. with your elbows, knees out. Feet together, touch your toes. One leg up. Switch leg. Arm across. Switch arm. Arms back. Okay, first one we're going to are 3 squat jumps, 3 plank jacks. So on those squat jumps, you want to make sure you're slightly picking your heels off the ground. You're not jumping too high up. You shouldn't hear that very loud stomp. You're just slightly picking up the heels. 3 squats. Drop down. 3 plank jacks. Back in. Keep that going. Modified, no jumps. Slow and controlled. 3 squats. And then drop here. 4 taps if you're doing modified. Back up. 3 squats. Ready? 3 squat jumps, 3 plank jacks. And begin. Okay, rest it. Deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, for this next one, if you have dumbbells, you can incorporate them into this next workout. If no dumbbells, that's okay with your own body weight. We're going to sumo squats down here. Push through with the heels, you're squeezing at the top. You want your stance to be wider than your shoulders. Toes are shooting out, knees are following the toes as you drop. Keep your back straight, core tight, neck follows your back. And squeeze. And from here, wide stance, shoot out, down to the center, and squeeze. Remember, correct squeeze, you're only tilting your hips, squeezing the glutes. And begin. Okay, drop it. Rest it a few seconds. We're going into reverse lunges. So for reverse, stepping back, drop down. Knees should not go past the toes. The front heel is gonna pick you back up. Make sure not to throw yourself with the leg in the back. That takes away from the lunge. Again, down here, take your time. Front heel picks you back up. We're doing just one leg. I'll let you know when to switch. You can add the dumbbells. If you already feel comfortable with lunges, you can add them here, next to your body. Ready? And begin. Front heel does the work. Switch leg and begin. You gotta keep your back straight, core tight, that way your back doesn't round. Okay, rest it. Deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. We're going back into those 3 squat jumps, 3 plank jacks. Again, modified. 3 slow squats, 4 toe taps on your hands. Take a few deep breaths. You're not jumping too high up, just slightly picking up the heels. And begin. Okay, up into a squat, we're gonna hold it down here. Drop, follow along. Hold it. Up and squeeze. Down. Up. 2 more. Down. Up. Down. Slowly come up. And grab your dumbbells. Okay, going back into those sumos. Again, wide stance. Remember, as you're dropping, you want your knees to follow your toes. Core is tight, back straight. And begin. Take your time. Push through with the heels and squeeze. Okay, let go and pulse. Long pulses, pushing through with the heels. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and up. Okay, going right back into that reverse lunge. Same thing, you can use the dumbbells if you feel comfortable with it. Not use your own body weight, you're just stepping back. Relax your shoulders. And begin.
Switch leg and begin. Drop the dumbbells. Okay, rest it a few seconds. Drink some water if you have to. 45-second rest. And for this next one, we'll need booty band. Booty band above your knees. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. The first one we're going to are side steps. So we're going into 2 steps per side, big steps. So every time you step, you squat low, right back. You wanna make sure you have the band on, so you wanna make sure your knees are not caving in. As you're stepping, this should not be happening. If this is happening, remove the band. Try these first without band. That way you're making sure your knees are following the toes for every step. Remember, form is more important, so take your time, focus on form. And begin, 2 steps. Okay, jumping jacks. Okay, drop it down on the mat. Face up. Take a few deep breaths. Okay, we're going into leg bridges. So first of all here, you wanna make sure your heels are about 2 inches away from the knees. You don't want them right under. At an angle. Toes up so that you make sure you're pushing through with the heels only. We're bringing the hips up, squeeze the glutes, 2 pulses, all the way out. You wanna make sure you're only tilting your hips, squeezing the glutes. What you should not do is this. Make sure you're not doing this. It's not doing much for you. It's just that tension in your lower back. So again, all you're doing is tilting your hips, core tight, and then 2 pulses. If you're already comfortable with these, you can add the dumbbell on your hips to add some weight on there. Ready? And begin. Tilt, core tight, squeeze. 1, 2. Down slow. Okay, hold it. As we're holding, glutes are squeezed, span the stretch all the way.
halfway down, up, squeeze and stretch, halfway down, up, squeeze and stretch, 2 more, halfway down, up, halfway, up, and pulse. Slow pulses, all the way out. And drop. Okay, rest it a few seconds, 30-second rest. We're gonna stand back up into those side steps. This time we're going into 3 steps per side. So same thing. You wanna try to drop it a little bit lower on this one. The lower we go, the more we're engaging the glutes. So we're gonna drop low. Every time you step, you're squatting lower, pushing through with the heels. Again, knees following the toes. Ready? 3 steps, and begin. Gotta let it burn. Big steps. Okay, jumping jacks. And drop. Okay, back to the bridges. Same thing, dumbbell is optional. You can place it on your hips, heels about 2 inches away from the knees. We're gonna come up, tilt, core tight, squeeze the glutes, 2 pulses. And begin. Hold it, squeeze and stretch all the way out. Halfway down, up, halfway down, up, halfway, up, halfway, up, and pause. Five seconds, 3, 2, and drop. Okay, let's rest at about 30 seconds. We're gonna go into the last round for this circuit. And for this one, we're going into single side steps. So instead of walking through, we're only gonna step. Back to the center and step. Most of your weight is on this leg. This heel is doing all the work. Make sure you're picking yourself back up with the heel, not the toes. Ready? Single side step and begin. Switch leg and begin. You got it, shooting out your knees. Make sure they're not caving in. Jumping jacks. Okay, rest it. Take a few deep breaths. We're going into the last round of bridges. So for this one, we're starting out with regular bridges that we were just doing, shoulder width apart, 2 pulses. After a few of those, we're gonna go into frog bridges. Frog bridges, we bring the feet together here in the center, squeeze, 2 pulses. So again, we'll do those after white stance. Last round, let it burn. And begin. Squeeze, 2 pulses. Take your time. Okay, frog bridges, feet together in the center, and begin. Squeeze, 2 pulses. Hold it. Halfway down. Up and hold. Halfway down. Up and hold. Halfway. Last one. Up and pulse. All the way out. Let it burn. Squeeze the glutes as you're pulsing. And drop. Okay, rest it for about a minute. Remove the band. We're done with the band. Okay, deep breaths. For this next one, dumbbells are optional. If you're using dumbbells, you're holding them close to you, elbows tucked in, above your shoulders. Close it in, a little bit closer than shoulder width apart on here. So you wanna make sure you drop your knees and hips at the same time. We're doing squats, but these are quad focused squats. So quad focused, you wanna make sure, again, you drop knees and hips at the same time instead of bringing your hips back first. Those are gonna target, if you bring your hips back first, you'll be engaging hamstrings and glutes more than anything. Right now, we're focusing on quads. Okay, ready? If no dumbbells, use your own body weight. And begin. Drop your dumbbells. Stay in that same stance. Drop, hold it. 3/4. Down. 3/4. Let it burn. 2 more. Down. 3/4. Last one. Down. Slowly come up. Really good job. Okay, we're going straight into in and out squat jump. So on your toes and out. When you jump out, you squat. Again, knees following the toes. So we're only doing this a few seconds, then we'll drop down to the mat. Modified, if you're not jumping on these, go into pulses here. Just try to keep your body moving throughout these. And begin, in and out. Drop it. Okay. Going into leg raises. So for leg raises, either place your hands under your glutes up here, slow and controlled as you're dropping. You want to make sure you're dropping very slow. If you go too fast, you're not allowing the lower abs to do any of the work. So up, 4 to 5 second negatives. Take your time. Or you can grab onto the dumbbell. This one's a bit more challenging. You can try to do as many as you can. If you feel like you can't hold it up there anymore, hands under your glutes. And begin. Drop the dumbbell, hands under your glutes, hold, and pulse. And drop. Okay, rest it, 30-second rest. We're gonna do that circuit again. Again, starting with squats. Squats, dumbbells up here are optional. If not, with your own body weight. Okay, take a few deep breaths, stand up slowly. Again, knees and hips drop at the same time. When you push through, you're pushing through with the heel and middle part of your foot, this part. If you feel like the weight is coming off your toes, throw your hips back a little more. And begin. Drop your dumbbells. Down and hold. 3/4. Down. 3/4. Down. 3/4. 2 more. Down. 3/4. Last one. Down. And pulse. And rest. Okay, take a few deep breaths. We're going right back into those in and out jumps. Again, modified for these, you can pulse in a wide stance down here. Starting in 15 seconds. Again, on your toes, out into a sumo. Let it burn. And begin. Drop it. Again, leg raises. Dumbbell is optional. You can hold the dumbbell up here or hands under your glutes. Again, slow negatives. Try to focus on 4 to 5 second negatives. And begin. Hold it. Let go of the dumbbell if you're holding it. And pulse. And drop. Okay, 30-second rest. We're going on to the last round for this one. You got it, we're almost there. Let this one burn as much as you can. We're going into those squats again. Again, dumbbells are optional, but this time we're not coming all the way up. Try not to. Try to only bring it up to 3/4. Back down, 3/4. It'll help build up the tension in the quads. So fight it as much as you can. If you have to rest it a few seconds, come all the way up, 5 seconds, then continue. And begin. 3/4. Drop your dumbbells, hold it, all the way up, hold, all the way up, hold, up, 2 more, hold, up, hold, pulse, long pulses, 3/4 up, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. Okay, last set of in and outs right away, and begin. Drop it. Okay, try not to rest it for too long. Going into leg raises. And begin. Drop your dumbbell, hands under your glutes, and pulse. And drop. And let's rest it 45 seconds. And then we'll stay down here. We're going to do a quick ab circuit. So we'll be targeting entire abs here. You'll need your dumbbell, optional, for the first one. Okay. On this first one, we're going into sit-ups. Here, all the way up. Down slow, take your time. So as many sit-ups as you can get in. If you cannot come up anymore after a few reps, go into crunches. So try to keep it going, but instead of coming all the way up, tap your knees. If you're not using the dumbbell, swing your arms all the way up. Same thing with crunches. Tap your knees. You gotta try to do as many sit-ups as you can. And begin. Okay, drop it. Going into bicycle crunches, but you're reaching in towards the heel as fast as you can. Now begin. Legs up and crunch. Keep the chin up. Drop it. Okay, 30-second rest. We're gonna do that again. We're gonna do 2 more rounds. Okay, grab your dumbbell if you're using it. Again, going back to sit-ups, push yourself as many as you can get in. Modified when you can't come all the way up anymore. Crunches, you're tapping your knees. And begin.
Drop it. Bicycles. Legs up, chin up, crunch. Drop it. Okay, 30-second rest, and then we're going into the last round. You got it, we're almost done. Going into the last round, then we're gonna stand up and do a quick burnout for a few minutes. You got it. Okay, sit-ups, modified crunches, last round. And begin. Drop it. Bicycles right away towards your heels. Legs up, chin up, and crunch. And drop. Okay, take a few deep breaths. 30-second rest. We're gonna do two last things up here. Okay, you're gonna follow along for this one. We're holding shoulder width apart squat. When I jump, we're going into one squat, right back down. Then we're gonna go into 2, 3, and so on until we do 5. We're trying to hold in between each jump. So try to keep it low. Right after that, we're going down into a 30-second plank, and then we'll be done. Take a few deep breaths. Fight it as much as you can. Down. One jump. 2 jumps. 3 jumps. 4. Gotta fight it. 5. Hold it. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Right away, go into a plank. Body completely straight, core tight. Modified, you can drop for a few seconds. Try to come back up. 30 seconds, and up.
10 seconds. And drop. Really good job. Take a few deep breaths. Hands behind your head. We'll stretch out in a few seconds. Okay, stand up slowly. Once you stand up, a few more deep breaths. Wide stance. Down to the center. Hold it. Reach for one leg. Switch. With your elbows knees out. Feet together, touch your toes. One leg up. Switch leg. Arm across. Switch arm. Arms back. Big circles coming forward, deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Going back. Abs tight, side to side. And we are done. Awesome work.